What up, it's your boy SimDC'sReviews. I'm back here with yet another video, and today's video is going to be branching off into a different territory that I have not branched off into yet. But if you watched my last video on how Goku becoming God Destruction makes no sense, you would know that I talked about potentially doing other theory videos on other content outside the DC and Dragon Ball realm. So because of that, I decided I'm going to do a theory video on the new Fast and the Furious movie coming out next month in April, and how I think, or the reason why I think Dom is a bad guy. Um, so first off, let me just say this. As you guys know, Paul Walker passed away a couple of years ago. He was in a tragic car accident, and sadly he died. And they've been wondering, how are they going to do a Fast and the Furious movie without Paul Walker? You know, like, he's the mainstay of the series. He's been in every movie except one. He was the main character in the first movie, and in the second movie, he was the main character. This series was created with Paul Walker in mind. Like, this was his series. This is Paul Walker. Fast and the Furious is Paul Walker. So they've been wondering for years, like, how are they going to fix this? Like, how are they going to do it? Now, obviously, you know, in Fast 7, they basically shot his shots that he had already had. They kept those shots in the movies, and then what they did was they used his brother, who looks a lot like him, as kind of like a stunt double. But what they did was they CGI'd over his brother, and with the CGI over, they were able to finish whatever shots Paul Walker didn't finish. And then at the end, he rode off into the sunset, and that's the story of Paul Walker in the Fast and the Furious world. He retired basically in the movie, and that's that. Now, here's how Paul Walker comes into the story of Fast 8, and this is just a theory, so potentially these could be spoilers if I'm right, but it's just a theory, so I don't want to hear, oh my god, you spoiled the whole movie, and I don't want to hear none of that, because it's a theory. That's what I'm doing, is a theory video. So, as you guys know, if you follow the Fast and Furious franchise, Charlize Theron is the villain in this new movie. She is a hacktivist, cyber terrorist, and she is the top of the top in cyber terrorism. If you've seen any of the trailers, you can see the part where she presses a button and all the cars in the city are under her control. She controls all the cars, crashing them, driving them off of, parking lots, high-rise parking lots. She's driving them off of them. She's just going crazy with these cars, right? And as you also know, Dom is now working for her. Dom has betrayed his family to work for the villain of the movie. So much so that they need Jason Statham, who is a villain in himself, to help them beat her and stop her. Now, the question that everyone asks is, why would Dom betray his family? Why would he do that? I have the answer. Because he's trying to save his family. That's the answer. That's it, guys. So that's all the video. Nah, I'm just playing. He's trying to save his family by betraying his family. So the way I see it happening is Paul Walker will be replaced in this movie. He will be replaced in this movie with the new Brian O'Connor, right? So bear with me a little bit. What I see happening is, at some point in the movie, Vin Diesel, Dom, will get cornered by his family. Letty and everyone else, right? They will wonder, why are you doing this? Why would you betray us? Like, I know you would never do this to family. And it's going to get to a point where he's just like, because I'm doing it for Paul. I mean, not Paul, sorry. Brian. I'm doing it for Brian, right? And they'll be like, what do you mean you're doing it for Brian? What are you talking about? She has Brian. She has Brian. Like, she's got him. She's kidnapped him. Or whatever. Right? So what's going to happen, I think, this is just me. Again, this is just a theory. I think what's going to happen is she'll have Brian. She'll have him and his family kidnapped, right? And he's working for her to save them. She contacted him and was like, oh, Dom, I have Brian. He didn't believe her, and then she proved that she had Brian. So now Dom is working for her to do whatever she needs to do so that he can save Brian and the family, right? That's what I think is going to happen. And then at the end of the movie, they will reveal the new Brian O'Connor, who's taken Paul Walker's spot or his place as Brian O'Connor. Now, whether that is a well-known actor, or whether it's Paul Walker's actual brother, or whether it's CGI Paul Walker, whether it's any of those things, we don't know. But I do think that they will be replacing Paul Walker as Brian O'Connor in this movie. Is it sad? Yeah, it's sad because, you know, he passed away and this was his mainstay franchise. This was his franchise. But at the end of the day, this happens. We all know this happens. Things like this have happened before. As you guys know, in the last Star Wars movie, Rogue One, they replaced, what's his name? Forgot his name right now. But they did replace one of the characters with a CGI version of themselves. So, and even some have even talked about them potentially replacing Princess Leia in the next Star Wars after this one that's already coming out this year, potentially replacing her in the future because, you know, she passed away in real life. So it happens. We've seen this before. It happens. So that's just my theory. I think that Charlize Theron's character has Paul Walker. Well, has Brian O'Connor. She has Brian O'Connor somewhere, and she has either kidnapped him or something. And Dom is working for her so that he can save Brian because that's family. That's my theory. That's what I think is going to happen. I could be 100,000% wrong, but it is what it is. That's the beauty of a theory. That's just what it is, a theory. That's all it is a theory. So let me know how you guys feel about my theory. Let me know if you think my theory makes sense. Let me know if you like my theory. And also, make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe my content. Hit that little bell next to the subscribe button so that you get my content first. And join the SimDC'sReviews family. I got a couple of people who just joined my family. Gave them shout outs in my last video. I have no problem giving you a shout out. If I grow and make, I don't know, 100,000 subscribers, 1 million subscribers, you've been shout out. People might look at your channel. You never know, right? And I do shout outs a lot. I have no problem doing it. Also, I'll be doing giveaways in the future. Once I hit that 100 subscriber mark, I will be doing a giveaway. I'll talk more about it once I get closer to it, but I will be doing a giveaway. So, that is my theory on Fate of the Furious, of why Dom has been on the bad guy side. Again, let me know how you feel about it. Let me know if you like my video. Comment down below. Stay cordial, please. I don't want to have to block anybody. If you want to disagree with me and debate me, that's cool, as long as you're cordial about it. I have no problem debating someone on a cordial level. But other than that, that's pretty much it. The reason why the video looks a little different from the last video is because I put a filter on it, because I have bad lighting in this room. This is my living room. I have bad lighting in it. So I put a filter on it so that you can actually see me better. I probably will do that from now on until I get my new camera. But other than that, that's pretty much it. I'm SimDC'sReviews. I'll holler at y'all later. One.